Hi guys, welcome back. So we just finished discussing factor rating method. So hope you guys were able to watch that video. So we're gonna move on to our next tool. So we're still on the tools for evaluating location alternatives, just so a little bit easier to follow. So the next tool after factor rating method is going to be our location break-even analysis. So this is a fairly simple and straightforward tool to use. So it's really more of a method for cost volume analysis. Um, so basically, you're looking at the fixed and the variable cost of different site alternatives, and then comparing them via the volume that you will be producing. Right. So basically, there are three steps in this method. So first one is to determine the fixed and variable cost for each of the locations. Next is going to be plot the cost of each location and then select location with the lowest total cost for the expected production volume. All right. So here's a quick example. So basically, we have three locations. We have Akron City, Bowling Green City, and then Chicago City. So the fixed costs are as follows. So 30,000 for Akron, Akron. Bowling Green has 60,000 and Chicago has 100,000. So variable costs for Akron is $75 per unit produced. Bowling Green has 45 and Chicago has 25. So total cost. So the way total costs are computed for each location is fixed cost plus variable cost times volume. So we had the total costs for each of these cities on the last columns. We have 180,000 for Akron, 150,000 for Bowling Green, and 160,000 for Chicago. So a good way to visualize this tool is actually by graphing it. Sorry, let me just present that so it's a little bit easier to see. All right, so as you can see, these different cities are actually described by these three lines over here. So one thing to take note of, this total cost equation, so fixed cost plus variable cost times volume is actually a line equation. So we have y, total cost is your y, equals mx, so variable cost is your m, x is your volume, and b, which is your y-intercept, is your fixed costs. So plotting them out in a graph, we see these different lines for each city. So why is this important? Why is it important to actually plot these cities on a graph? So what this does is that, for example, you have different levels of volume. So if you have 500, if you need to produce 500 pieces of your final product, it is actually cheaper to produce it in Akron versus in Bowling Green versus in Chicago based on on Chicago. But if the volume increases to, for example, 2,000, then it is now cheaper to do it in Bowling Green as compared to Akron. And then greater than 2,500, for example, 3,000, it's actually cheaper to produce it in Chicago. So let me show you guys an example on how to actually do this. Okay, so let's location break even analysis. So let's say table location, fixed cost, variable cost, total cost. Oh, so yeah, here. So fixed cost, variable costs, variable cost, and then total cost on the right. So yeah, relocation. So let's use the cities in our previous examples. Quezon City, Gig City, and then finally Ortigas City. So let's for example, the fixed cost in Quezon City is okay. Just look at here real quick. It's 20. So this is gonna be in thousands. So 20, 10, and 15. So just write 20,000, 10,000. So let's say this is on a per month basis. 10,000 variable cost going to be, so let's look at this example, 0.3, 0.5, 0.8, 0.3, 0.5, and 0.8 per unit produced. So again, the formula for total cost is equal to fixed cost plus variable cost multiplied by volume. So let's say that for this example, our volume is equal to 1,000 units. So this is something you can actually get from your demand forecast. So at 1,000 units, we have 20,000 plus 0.3 times 1,000. For the gig, we have 10,000 plus 0.5 multiplied by 1,000. For Ortigas, we have 15,000 plus 0.8 again times 1,000. So we get total cost here of 20,300. Here we have 10,500, and then oops, here we have 15,800. So as we can see, with the volume at the volume of 1,000 units, the best location will be the big city. So let's look at this graphically. So this, let's just say that this is in thousands, so it's a little bit easier to see. So this is Quezon City, sorry, Quezon City, Taguig, and Ortigas. So the first one is Quezon City, this is Taguig, and this is Ortigas, right? So this one, line 3. So the black line is Taguig City. So we know that from a volume of 0 to 50 is actually, it's actually better to place here in Taguig. So this is in thousands as well. So that's until about 50,000, if I'm not mistaken. But anything past that, then it's actually better to put it in Quezon City. So yeah, basically that's how you do your location break even analysis. All right. Thank you.